Hi, this is Tommy Walker now presenting my midterm individual progress report. My first user story was as a user. I want to click on the login button so I can log into my personal account. This was done using a data access object pattern, front controller pattern, and dependency injection pattern. The data access object pattern comes between the account class, the interface of user repo, and the service, although I also implemented the front-end controller pattern. So to be able to access the server, you have to use to be able to access the service or that user service, you have to use the user controller. Also, the dependency injection comes in because to access the user repo, it will use the dependency injection for user repo within user service, and the same thing for user controller. So user service is going to be injected within user controller. And that's how I implemented those design patterns. My next user story was as a registered and unregistered user, I want to be able to search the homepage and see information displayed about flight travel. Below, I had made a sequence diagram, so the first thing that the user is going to do is submit a search to our web browser site. Within there, it's going to send an HTTP request to controller, and after that, we're going to break down that HTTP request and get the search string. Once we grab that search string from the controller, we're going to send that to our service, and within our service function, that's where we're going to be making the external API call that will basically find results from the search screen and kind of give feedback based off of location of possible airports. So that will feedback a JSON object list, and whenever we destructure that, that'll give us a list of available airports based off of the search string, and we send that all the way back up to the front end to where the user can then view that. Next, we're going to go ahead and submit the rest of the form. So the rest of the form essentially consists of like arrival, the airports that you pick, so the outgoing airport, incoming airport, the day that you're flying out, and the day that you may be returning if it's not a one-way flight, that type of information. So you're going to go ahead and fill out that form, and that's going to send an HTTP request back to our controller. After that, we're just going to go ahead and the controller is going to send an object. We're going to map that request body to a object on the back end, and we're going to send that object. We're going to put that into JSON and send that object down to our external API. Once we do that, we're going to make that request and we're going to get a list of objects back. These are going to be flight quotes, essentially just quotes for specific flights that contain just different data, prices, carriers, stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and get that JSON object list, destructure that, and then we're going to send a list of flight quotes to the front end and then display it to the user themselves. And that's how I accomplished my two user stories. Thank you.